Yo, what up? All right. So, um, we got part three of every comedian reacting to Chris Rock getting slapped by Will Smith.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Part three, man.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
man. Yeah. That slap, man. Created a lot of jokes.
Yeah, a lot of material for comedians. A lot of
Definitely.
material for comedians. Definitely
Definitely.
didn't end. It didn't accomplish what Will Smith wanted to do. Will Smith wanted to end all the jokes with that slap. This nigga wanted to no more slaps. This nigga opened the floodgates.
But it's going to take a lot more than that.
Oh yeah, like this
You
is this is
It's going to take a lot more. Well, all right, man. So we got some more.
Oh yeah, this is part three. Part three.
Part three. Let's go, man. You ready?
Yes.
And boy, did he do something. I mean, in one stunning moment, the night went from Oscars so what to Oscars so what? No one could have predicted the most controversial movie of 2022 would be G.I. Jane, but it was. This was the Hollywood version of your drunk uncle starting a fight, ruining the wedding, and then standing up and giving a long toast to the bride and groom. I was watching. I'm glad he did that. I mean, to me, there's only one more step to make this right, and that's the Comedy Central roast of Will Smith, hosted by Chris Rock.
This is Paul
That
Mooney.
would be brutal.
Everybody, I know everybody saw the Oscars. Baby, it looked like the goddamn Source Awards. I mean, Will Smith, that's the blackest I've ever seen him at. I mean, he rocked the shit out of Chris Rock. I mean, for real, he left some fresh prints on his goddamn face. I mean, he was the real Hancock. That's real. I mean, Chris Rock, brilliant comedian, very funny, very funny. I didn't think the joke was that damn bad. But nigga, you got to read the room, nigga. Read the goddamn room. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I mean, Will Smith, he's getting tired of pleasing these goddamn white folks. I mean, he's scared, those white folks. White folks were scared. They said, this nigga's gone batshit crazy. Oh my God, I'm telling you. Now, the safest nigga done ruined it for all these other niggas. Hattie McDaniel is rolling in a goddamn grave. I mean, come on. Now, they gonna open up the envelope on the next award and say, and the winner is none of you niggas.
And then Chris going and hosting, so he was against the boycott, he was against the black movement. They probably already had something going with him. Then for him to come at his wife, to be honest, Will was giggling and sounded like he was laughing at something previously. But he, you know, when you're in the front row, you got the Hollywood smile on the whole time.
Yeah.
You know,
he started from what I saw, he started laughing,
right.
you know, at the joke.
Then he looked at Jada, and I'm gonna do my best, Jada, because we got the same hairstyle. I better go out. Hey man, but so
You
so
trying
she
to
must
get us fucked up, man.
no, she
trying
must
to
have
get us
geeked him
fucked
up. She must have
She
geeked him
had
up.
to. She had to.
So then he ran up there like, "I show you. You think I'm a punk? Watch this." But she should have stopped him because it's a bad look for us overall, and it all could have been avoided if Chris Rock would have just ducked.
All right. So the Oscars last night actually
Yeah.
came to the Source Award. When I saw it last night, the first thing I thought was, "Wow, Ali punched Pookie." And then I thought, "Wow, I thought Kanye and I had beef." And then I got tremendously sad because it was a night that there were several things people should have been proud of, and even though the night I think turned out to be something other than people planned, there were a lot of moments to be proud of. Questlove winning, the fact that two women of color and three women in general were hosting the show. There were several people who were grateful and honorable. What I thought, and as to the question of whether what happened last night was right or wrong, when you hit somebody, that is illegal. And the only reason nobody didn't go to jail is because nobody pressed charges. So if you have a question as to whether that was right or wrong, if it's illegal and could potentially be a felony, it's probably wrong. If you told somebody you didn't like something somebody said and you punched him in front of people, you more than likely would go to jail. Having said that, Will Smith was integral in my life. When I was a warm up for many years because I was on the show initially as a warm up. I got fired because people didn't like me. Alfonso Ribeiro, father didn't like me, and he got me. And I was fired. Weeks later, Will called me back, and I was a warm up for the duration of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And he knew that I needed, back then I think it was $10,000 in SAG due. You had to make $10,000 in wages to get benefits, or you couldn't. And he knew I had a family, and he was just remarkable. It was remarkable to watch what he'd become. It was remarkable to watch somebody who went from a rapper to a TV star to the biggest movie star in the world. And now on last night, he did something no other person, black or white, very rarely has done. Achieved box office success and all of a sudden the critical accolades, the best actor. Yeah. And that is not what people are talking about. I can say this, I like everybody else, I like everyone else out there can only speculate, but I can say this. Planes don't crash because one thing happens. Planes have redundant systems in place, so that if this thing goes wrong, then things stop to burn. When planes crash, you can believe that sequentially a lot of things went wrong. And that happens when people snap. And you only have to look at what happened. Like I like you, saw Will, hear the joke and laugh initially, and then something happened. Now, I can't tell you what that was, what the trigger was, but I can tell you this. It seemed to be certainly more than a joke.
Yeah.
Than that joke that day. You only had to look at what he said in his acceptance speech and how emotional he was and how he talked about the disrespect he had to take and the things that people had done to him. And I remember very early on that some of the things that people would say were more jealously based. But then later on, they've gotten more sinister, more acrimonious, more mean, more hurtful. And I can tell you this, that a lot of the things we know because that information comes directly from that family. A lot of it. Yeah. There is an entire verbiage. If you say entanglement, you know exactly what that means. Yeah. That didn't come from other people. Now, of course, the public is going to pontificate and to guess and to rumor monger. That is only natural. That's what happens, and that's unfortunate. But to give them something they can use against you, to give them the club that then hurts you to the extent that you're crying about it in a very emotional way, seems to be counterintuitive. If the attempt was to protect your family and to protect your wife, don't look on the internet now, because some of the things they're saying are even more hurtful. Even more hurtful. It is a shame that on a night that should have been celebratory, on a night where we saw things that we'd never seen before, we saw a thing we'd never seen before. Yeah. And it's sad. But it says a lot about what we allow people to have access to and the things that we allow, that we hold precious, that we let people use against us. And not on purpose. I think it's great to try to be transparent, but there are things that come along with that. Yeah. There's some of the things that people repeat and regurgitate and rumor about are things that come from that very family, and that's a shame. Yeah. Now, if that's how you want to be, no one can stop you from saying anything you want to say, but understand who people are. When you're telling us, when you're crying, when you're emotional about something you've gone through, it was not just that day. It was a series of days. There have been some humiliating things that have happened. We all have those things happen in our families, in our relationships, in our business dealing. We just mostly don't have to do them out loud. Yeah. But I would say this. I don't think you owe it to people to give them the club that they beat you with. I don't think you owe it to people to give you the knives that they cut you with or the ammunition they use to blow you apart. In the Bible, it says, do not get dogs what is sacred. Do not throw your pearls to pigs. If you do, they may trample them under their feet and turn and tear you to pieces. And a variation of that is what played out last night. It was sad. It was mean, but it happened. And I think some of the things that people do to us, we give them the ammunition that they need. That's a little note from the GED section. We got the Jazz Report coming up in 15 minutes. It's the D.L. Hughley Show.
Damn, D.L.
Nothing at all justifies Will walking up, slapping the shit out of somebody while they on stage. Yeah. Now, if I was Will Smith, if I and we all different. I'm just saying the way I would have handled this is when he told the joke, I would have got out of my seat, but I would have went to my left or to my right to get backstage. Find out, okay, when the talent come off stage, do they come off stage to this side or this side? Okay, they come out to this side right here. Okay, I would have patiently waited for Chris Rock to come on stage, and when Chris Rock came on stage, I would have been like, "Hey, can I talk to you for a second?" I would have took Chris Rock in a small room, and I would have asked him. I would have been like, "So what's up? What's up with that? What you just said about my wife?" And I would have at least, because what happened is that would have given Chris Rock the opportunity to make the correction, right? That would have given Chris Rock the opportunity to say, "Hey man, I didn't mean any harm," or, you know, "Hey, fuck you, I said what I said." Okay, if he would have went backstage and said, "Fuck you, I said what I said," then slap the shit out of him, if that's what you were gonna do. But did you give him an opportunity to correct? Did you give him an opportunity to apologize? Or you could have sat in your seat and said, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. And that would have been that.
Yeah, he could have done that. Didn't have to get up.
That would have been that. He would have went on to the next joke or went on to somebody else. You could have made your point without walking up on stage, putting your hands on somebody. Because I tell you what, if you'd have came up there and slapped me, he would have been limping back. All of Birmingham, all of Kingston, all of Airport, all of Center Point and Roebuck would have came out of me, and that person that I keep withheld. And I'm talking about I stand strong on my manhood. I stand strong on my manhood, and regardless of whether Chris Rock press charges or not, he should be arrested because that was assault. That was assault. Don Weber, you on here, you're a police officer. That was assault. And the LAPD is, you know, it ain't about, okay, protecting women. How many people in the cemetery for making the wrong decision and doing it the wrong way? How many people are at Zion Memorial Gardens or at Carver Memorial Cemetery for making the wrong decision? You don't know what nobody past is and what somebody done been through. For you to be out here putting your hands on somebody, you can't do that. It's called discretion. Control your anger, control your temper. Where was that same energy when you know, when she emasculate, in my opinion, did she emasculate him at the red table talking about Tupac and August Alsina and entanglement? That's all I'm saying. I got time, Dave?
Oh yeah, we still got about 3 minutes.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You don't put your hands on nobody because somebody say something. Period. Put them to the side, go in the room, say, "Hey, what's up with what you said? Hey man, this was on the script, or it wasn't on the script, or off the top of my head, it was a bad joke. I will apologize to you as a man, respectfully apologize, and I would like to apologize to your wife, respectfully. Forgive me, Will Smith, for what I said." Give him the opportunity to make the correction if you felt that way about it.
He didn't.
But no, you went up there and you snapped him.
It was a
Did
mild
anybody go and ask Chris Rock, was he okay?
It was a mild joke.
Right? Did anybody go up there, go to Chris Rock and say, "Hey man, you good? You straight? You need us to handle?" Nobody went to Chris Rock. Everybody just assumed that, you know what I'm saying? That you know, even if you felt like he crossed the line, is it okay? And I don't care what the emotion is. I don't care what about the past anger or he mad about other shit or whatever. What if Chris Rock would have hit him back or kicked his ass or pulled out a gun and shot his ass? What if?
Let that be in Texas. So.
Cause I don't think he would have shot in the audience if you'd have yelled out, "Keep my fucking wife name out your mouth." I don't think he would have shot him then. But you walked up and put your hands on somebody. That's why a lot of people in the cemetery because of that.
That's true.
I don't care how deep his emotions is and what his past anger is about. None of that stuff don't matter. You don't walk up on stage in front of folks and put your hands on folks or whatever. You know, shit. It is bad jokes. What the fuck you want comedians to do? When he's going to go and whisper in your ear, say, you know, whatever. Me personally, I wouldn't have did the joke if I knew that she's sensitive about or whatever. How do you know that he didn't know that she had alopecia? But I damn sure didn't know. I don't watch the Red Table. I didn't know. So if I go out there and do a joke or say something that was offensive or whatever, then I'm gonna, oh shit, my bad. My bad, bro. I apologize. I didn't mean nothing by that. You know what I'm saying? G.I. Jane was not a prostitute. G.I. Jane was a hero.
He was.
You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't the funniest joke, and it wasn't. I don't think. And then the question becomes, what was his intent? Was his intent to do harm? You know, and I don't know. And then you fucked it up for Will Packer. That was his big night, and nobody even know that you won the award because you went up there and slapped somebody. Nobody know that you won. And I'm watching people tweet like, stand up for black women. So it's a lot of single black women out here because their spouse is in the cemetery or whatever for not walking away or making a bad decision. You don't put your fucking hands on people, period. Point blank. Period. And that's that. That's my opinion.
Okay, Ricky.
Tell them Ricky Smiley sent you. America's best.
It was an early morning over here. You know, man, but like I said, here's the thing of it. I understand that defending the honor of your wife. I'm that dude. But you're going to have to do something.
He didn't dishonor her.
For that. He didn't do that. That joke was not worthy of the reaction. If he was going to have a reaction, I think that Will should have done the man thing, was step to him afterwards in that press room, and if he wanted to slap Chris then, he could have slapped Chris in the press room and seen how it went. But see,
Will laughed.
But see, he laughed at the joke till he saw Jada's reaction. Yeah. Now, now, let me tell you something. That's a Hollywood move now. To go up there on national TV, slap another black man, turn around your back and walk off because you know he can't do nothing. See, I know this. I know he know this because Will been in Hollywood long enough. So now to turn your back and walk off, you're going to slap the dude and then turn around and walk off. You know in real life that ain't the way this going to go. Already.
But you know what though?
And Rock is a Jersey boy. So no. And I didn't think the moment was that. And I think he overreacted like Carla said. He played too much into the moment. His acceptance speech, that was raggedy, apologizing to the Academy. But here's what I think is going to happen. When this go down and wake up the right way, there's going to be some type of banning from the Oscars of Will Smith.
Yep.
Because look, they took Kanye off the Grammys for saying
a racial slur.
A racial
Trevor
slur
Noah.
about Trevor Noah. They took him off the Grammys. The Oscars is all Hollywood is about. It's their biggest moment. And for you to do that on the biggest moment,
they don't condone violence. The Academy does not condone violence.
Denzel told him right.
Yeah.
In your biggest moment is when the devil comes for you.
Yeah.
You should have handled that totally different, man. He owes Rock an apology.
But you know what, Steve?
A public apology. Just like you did that publicly. I was waiting for that.
Oh my God. What the is going on, man? First things first, right? I opened up my phone. I go to my news feed. The first thing I can see, two of my best friends. I see one slapped up. I don't know what the hell's going on. I need to get in contact with Will. That's Philadelphia, man. That's my home. That's my stomping ground. That's where I'm from. That's my guy, Rock. That's my guy.
Dozing off. Look at you.
I don't know what the hell's going on, man. I really need to get both of them on the phone. so we can work this thing out. He slapped the shit. Oh man, I swear to God, when I see Chris, he better not say a goddamn thing when I talk to him. He slapped the shit out of him, man.
Kevin, what if that would have been you?
Oh, he wouldn't do me like that. Well, he know better than that, man. He know better than he wouldn't do it. But he slapped 4 seasons of Everybody Hates Chris out of Chris, man. He slapped the New Jack City out of him. Oh my God. He slapped. Oh my God.
Would do all kind of fuck shit. But if it is fake, this is an embarrassment. Thank you, Joe Thompson, for that needed that $20. This is an embarrassment to black people if it is fake. Because the brother, Will Packer, was in charge of the Oscars, so to speak. And if they let black people go up there and act a fool like that staged, I am ashamed of everybody who had something to do with it. If black people turn the Oscars into the mini version of the 99 Source Awards, y'all went for that shit, I'm embarrassed for you. But I don't think it was staged. I don't think it was staged. I think that every man who is of a certain age, over 45, every man who allows an evil, cankerous whore to be in their presence at age 45 and older, if you allow an evil, wicked bitch who fuck her son's friend to accompany you on your shoulder in public, you ain't gonna get nothing but drama. Let's just start saying that. You cannot sit up front at the Oscars with a bald head, bitch, and expect nobody not to say something. It is impossible. You cannot be, what as my man Willie D said, bald head hog. Even Lupita had a wig on. Lupita, whatever that is.
Lupita,
the African bitch had some hair. She knew better than that. That bitch was like, I'm going to put on something, fuck that bullshit up front. This nigga came to the Oscars with a bald head bitch that fucked y'all son, homie, in y'all house.
They said that you got alopecia cold. They said you got alopecia, man.
No, August got all the piece of that pussy. August got all the piece of that pussy in your house, Will. You slapped the wrong man.
He said all the piece of that
You slapped the wrong man. A man say, G.I. Jane, he said, I love you. G.I. Jane too, can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Will, your goofy ass laughed at first. You got checked by your bitch on sight. Your bitch did this. You ain't like that, baby? Nigga, you's a goofy for that, nigga. You's a goofy, nigga. How in the fuck we live in a world? First of all, man, come on, man. Chris Rock, 155 pounds. He don't fight motherfuckers. Chris Rock ain't known for fighting motherfuckers. Will Smith, I know you a big nigga. I know you be with them goons. I know them goons from Philly. I don't mean no disrespect by telling the truth. Them goons from Philly, even if they mad at me, y'all motherfuckers need to make sure y'all man know what's up. He around a cankerous whore. I got that off that movie, Tropical Thunder. I just thought it was good. Your wife's a cankerous whore! Hey, Will, you remember way back when I said your wife was a cankerous whore? I didn't mean it, man. I didn't mean it. What the fuck? Will, you are black acting. You came from motherfucking rapping to turning into one of the best actors I've seen.
Of all time.
What's that movie where he was on the island, stranded, and the monsters was out there?
I Am Legend. Yeah, I Am Legend.
Man, that man should have won an Oscar for I Am Legend.
Yeah.
Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
Man, that motherfucker was raw in that movie.
That's a bad ass dude. I read a book. One almost through it. Almost through the book.
Hey man, Will Smith suffers from being around an awful bitch. This bitch went on Oprah and said, "You fuck her like a girl."
Oh, I ain't even know.
You don't know all the shit.
I know she been
That
trying
bitch
to.
said, "I don't love him."
I know she been trying to get him to be like Tupac his whole life.
This nigga is chasing a dead man's swag.
Yeah.
Hey, damn.
What the fuck? You think that ain't what happened?
I
That's
think
what
that was-
happened
I
at
think
the
that went on.
motherfucking Oscars. If you went, look, let me tell you something, man. Like I bragged about. Somebody, no, this is what I bragged about. I went to Savior's Day. And when I went to Savior's Day, the women are sat on the separate side
Right.
of the men.
Right.
I don't know but one woman in my world that could have handled that the way it's supposed to be handled.
Right.
Every other bitch would have had an attitude.
Yeah.
That's why I don't be with bitches all the time. Like when I be with bitches, sometimes you can see it in my eye. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm not finna go to the award show with no bitch I ain't got no control of. That bitch was smiling when he was up there crying, apologizing.
Yeah.
When he was up there crying, apologizing, that bitch was like, that was my happiest moment. That
They just why she exposed the family like they on Red Table Talk.
shit. Man, that bitch set them motherfuckers out. And when you set yourself out, you open for ridicule. So motherfucking people who getting mad about the shit. I mean, like, it was a whole.
Shit.
Hogan was ruthless, man.
Cankerous whore.
He said he got it from a movie.
Tropic Thunder. I remember that.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, there's some serious points, man. You know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
DL I think was very serious. I think he spit a lot of facts, made a lot of sense.
Yeah, man.
Kevin Hart said he's friends with both of them.
He said Chris Rock better not say nothing. What I call him.
Nigga said Will Smith slapped 4 seasons of Everybody Hates Chris.
New Jack City out of him. Does that? Oh man, yeah, Kevin Hart said he killed him, man. Yeah, man, this was funny, man. Yeah, this was funny, man. Yeah. But definitely again, serious thing. We should all take something from this, man.
I think Ricky Smiley said, he had a couple points. He said, don't put your hands on nobody. Don't put your hands on nobody.
Yeah, because a lot of people have ended up gone. You know what I'm saying? After something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's usually not worth it, especially after something somebody says. You know what I mean?
It happens all the time. People get shot, at the club. Somebody say something to a girl, you walk, you be like, nigga, what, you talk, you like, pop, 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 pop. Niggas don't talk no more, bro. Niggas ain't talking no more. So, I mean, Ricky Smiley's right about that. Yeah. But, a lot of serious points, a lot of funny points. The whole thing's funny. Of course, it's violence, it's assault.
Exactly.
But the shit's funny. Like, the shit's funny.
It's definitely, Will Smith just definitely acted out of character. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it wasn't like
As much as it seemed like a movie, that may have not been the right.
I've never even seen
director's cut.
Has Will Smith ever played a villain
in any movie?
Yeah, he's never even played a villain. He's always been the hero. So that's even out of character.
What about that one where he was like a superhero? What was that one?
Hancock?
Yeah,
he was a hero. He was a superhero. He was like a drunk, but he was a superhero.
Right.
At the end of the day, he came to his senses and he wanted to stand up for humanity.
Yeah, exactly.
But this nigga, I've never seen Will Smith be the villain. This nigga's the villain now.
Nah, I mean, for that night, that act, I mean,
He's gonna have to play.
That was his villain role.
He's gonna have to play villain roles from now on. Bad guys.
Dope.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Funny stuff.